Hi there, this is Just a Girl in Camas, Alicia King, and I am here today at the Camas Municipal Center. And I don't know how many of you have been down here to visit this, but this is actually our City Hall in Little Camas. We're down here on 3rd Street, and today I'm going to do a very special interview with the Mayor of Camas, Scott Higgins. So let's go inside, take a look around, and find Scott for our interview today. Here we go. So if you're meeting with the mayor and you came into the building, you're going to head this way. And we're going to go down this hallway, seeing some cool old pictures of Camas. And you're going to come to this beautiful reception desk where you can check in with Kim. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Is it pretty busy here down at the City of Camas?
We do stay busy, very exciting.
Really? Okay, great. So you're going to check in here for your appointment, and we're going to visit with Scott today. Is he available?
I definitely will take a look.
All right, thank you. Easy as that. So we've made our way into the building back to Mayor Scott Higgins' office. Thank you for meeting with me today, Scott.
My pleasure.
Great. We have some good topics to chat with Scott about. I know some of you see the mayor around, see him at functions, and sometimes you get a chance to chat with him. Maybe he's busy chatting with several others. But today we're going to ask him a couple questions that are on my mind and I think on the mind of a lot of you. So the first thing that I think a lot of people are interested in is that building that's going in down by the lake. I know that the Moose Lodge was tore down. I'm sorry for those of you that are missing that beautiful Moose Lodge, but there was a lot of history there with that building.
Yeah, there was.
And there's a lot of construction. There's a new building going up. What is it? A lot of rumors flying around. What can you tell us about that building?
Well, it's an exciting project. It's one that I've put a whole lot of energy into, and we're just really happy that we can deliver what we're going to call, it's a community center. It's going to be a big meeting room that people are going to be able to rent. They're going to be able to come and gather. We envision weddings. We envision parties, retirement things, all kinds of opportunities. We know this community deserves a really great community center. And for about 20 years, there's been discussion in this community trying to figure out how to build one. We've got the old school down in Oak Park that's not doing real well. It doesn't size well for us. It's an aging building, and so we've been trying to figure out how can we replace that with something beautiful, something that Camas deserves. And we had all kinds of different variations of this dream. Was it going to include an indoor pool? Was it going to include gym? All this stuff. Well, finally we had this opportunity that came up that said, hey, the Moose Lodge is going to be vacated. We own the property.
So the city does.
The city owns the property.
Okay.
Maybe we can figure out how to put something beautiful there. So we did. The problem that we have with that facility is in order to keep it on the water, which is where it is, it has to keep roughly the same footprint that it had before. So we could build a new building, we could make it beautiful and we could make it modern, but we couldn't make it any bigger than it was, or we'd have to go off the shoreline. And we thought some of the charm of that building was that you could sit right there on the lake and look out and see the beautiful stuff. So we're excited about what we were able to preserve. It'll seat about 150 for banquets and for people to have parties, different things like that. And now we're tying in that whole complex. You may have noticed that where that trailer park was, the city also owned.
Okay.
And through the years, people have been vacating that premise as they were ready to move on. And we finally got to the point now where we can take that out and put in a connected parking lot. I don't know if you've ever been there in the summer or driven by and seen how much use that boat launch gets out there. Parking lot is almost always full.
I know people are circling all the time looking for a spot.
So we're expanding into that parking, connecting that trail, and we were able to add another boat launch. So now you'll have 2 boat launches instead of the one we had, a dock down each side, and all of that will kind of come online together in one big project. So we're thrilled. And the really cool part about this is most of this came from grant money and from growth. From development fees that come in as parks fees when somebody takes a permit out to build a house. So we didn't have to go out and ask for a bond. We didn't have to go out and ask for more money. We got it because of people paying their share of being part of this community and adding to its assets as they come.
Great.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
It sounds exciting. It might be the next place to host someone's birthday party.
Yeah.
My cameraman.
Mine, or cameraman's, I suppose.
Okay, or yours.
Yeah, whatever.
I was going to ask you, so what is the date that's supposed to be open? Will there be a grand opening, or is it going to be just private? And also, will the boat launch open at the same time, or is that down the road?
Yeah, the boat launch is tracking and probably along a similar timeline as the building is tracking. They're all on schedule, and we're hoping they're going to have them open in the spring of this next year, 2014.
Great.
It's a public building, so there will be a grand opening for the public. We'll make sure that we mark it with a ribbon cutting, and we invite people in to visit it and see it and explore it. And so we're looking forward. We'll make a big deal about the celebration of that facility. It's been a long time since we've done any kind of physical structure, capital structure in the city. Most of our investments in the city over the last 15, 20 years have been in roads, water, sewer, stuff that not everybody can see as visually. The last building we built, I think, was the police station. So it's been a while since we've had a new building that's opened in the community, so we'll celebrate it.
Great. Well, I'm excited to hear about that. For dates and when it gets a little bit closer, I'm sure you can find out on the Camas website when it will be opening and more details as they come. So I saw them out there digging the big, long rut. I'm assuming it was for probably electrical or plumbing or something.
Yeah, I think actually that part is irrigation, to keep everything looking green and pretty out there in the grass.
Great. All right. Well, that's exciting. Another exciting thing that is happening in downtown Camas in December is it's called Hometown Holidays. And I've heard a little bit about this. Every time I hear about it, I want to go, and we've had a conflict. I have a lot of friends that go. But Camas actually has its own little tree lighting, and I haven't been to it yet. We are in town this year. So what can you tell us about Hometown Holidays in downtown Camas, and why should people come down that evening?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things we do in the city. It's one of the moments that reminds us that this is a special small community. We close down the streets, the different locations throughout the downtown. You're going to have an elementary school choir singing Christmas songs, and you're going to have the jazz band playing their festival music and holiday songs, and it brings down all kinds of kids. Santa comes in on a fire truck, and he comes in and then is able to have kids come in and get their picture with him. There's hot cocoa and cider, and then we have this big countdown to light the tree, and as the mayor, I get to address the crowd, and I always try to make it something to remind us all that we do have a special community, and therefore I try to remind people to make sure you give back to others as part of that, and I just feel like it just connects the whole community, and it's a lot of fun. It reminds me of stuff you'd see in the movies or something like that. So it's something that we enjoy a lot.
Great. Well, if you can come down to that this year, let's go over the date. I want to say December 6th is what I have
I think that's
down.
right. It's the first Friday in December, and I'm pretty sure that's the 6th.
Okay.
So,
and do you have a time or?
I think they close the streets and people start gathering sometime around 5:30. I think 6 is when we actually light the tree.
Okay.
So, and then there's things going on all night.
Okay.
It's usually the police cars are out, and the kids can go sit in the car, and they can go, get their picture taken. All kinds of little small community stuff.
Great. Well, I will put those exact times on my website and on the link to this interview, so you can make sure to be there for the tree lighting and catch all the activities. I know when we come into downtown Camas, whether it's for the Boo Bash or other things, my kids just love walking around, and it's such a great little street there that we really enjoy the beauty of it, and I'm sure the lights will be up. Yeah. And it's a great time to shop your local businesses. We have some neat businesses down here that I bet have Christmas gifts that you can get an early start on before the tree lighting or after.
Yep, and they all stay open late that night. All the restaurants are open late.
Great.
So a lot of folks take advantage of doing their Christmas shopping at the same time. It's great.
Fun. Sounds like a fun evening. I wanted to chat with you a little bit because I think a lot of people wonder, what is your tie to Camas? What is your history here? Did you move here at a certain age? Are you a native? Give us some history, Scott, on you here in
me.
Camas. Let's hear about Scott.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not exactly native. When I was 3 months old, my family moved up from California to Vancouver. And I spent my first 4 years in Vancouver. But but when I was 4, my parents built a house in Camas. And so I spent all of my education. I went to Camas Elementary School. I went to JDZ when it was a middle school. And I went to...
That was a little while ago.
A little while ago, a couple of years ago. Well, and here's the other one. And I went to Camas High School when it was Liberty, or before it was Liberty Middle School. So Camas just got in my heart. I mean, I was down here as a kid for Camas days. I was swimming in the Camas pool.
At Crown Park.
At Crown Park. I was eating at Top Burger and getting an ice cream.
Good fries.
And fries. You know, so Camas, going to all the football games, playing for Camas High School football. So it's just kind of became part of me. And then I left for college. I went to Tampa, Florida, and went to college there because, you know...
You wanted some sun?
Oh, yeah, and because this was too small town for me. I was way too big to be, you know, in this small town, as a lot of young people think at that time in their life.
Yes.
But when it was time to get married and it was time to kind of think about a family, there was no other place I wanted to be than Camas. And so we came back, we built a house in Camas, and we've been here, we've been in, I guess it's been about almost 20 years now since I left from high school. I guess that means I'm giving my age, but anyway.
Little bit.
Yeah, so anyway, we enjoy it here. And I didn't on purpose decide I wanted to be in politics at all. I really just decided I wanted to do what I could to help the community stay the way it was for me as a kid. So one of the opportunities that came up was, well, why don't you run for city council? And I thought, well, that's a good idea. And I didn't know anything about anything to do with government at the time, had no political desire, but just thought, well, maybe I can help. And so that's how it started. And then 10 years later, it was set up for me to be the mayor, and I guess I'm the mayor now. And so, you know, I really just do it because I love Camas. I believe it's the best community that is around, and I want to be its cheerleader. I want to let people know how awesome it is. We're proud of what we've done here. I mean, we provide great schools and great jobs and great community, and that's not by accident. It's because there's been a steady vision that said we are going to be a successful city, and I'm proud of that. And I'm so happy that we get to continue that energy on and continue it going. And so I set lofty goals for myself. I want to be, you know, the best I can possibly be. I put in tons of time at it, and it's all done out of the love of the city.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's fun.
That's great.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. There might be a small part of the time there.
Sometimes it's not so fun.
All right. Well, I think what is so great is that not only have we got to know a little bit about the mayor, but also about what a great guy you are outside of being the mayor. And I know you have 2 girls in the Camas School District. Scott lives in my neighborhood, and I see him around, and I really appreciate all you do for our town here. Thank you so much. And I can tell you love Camas, and it shows in the time you dedicate and the things you do in our city. So thank you for that.
I appreciate it, and it's mutual. Thanks for what you're doing and bringing positive stories to light. This is a great thing for our community, what you're doing, and I'm enjoying seeing some of the pieces, especially when I get to see some of my employees like Cal and others. No, it's great stuff. I appreciate you helping us spread the message of Camas's greatness.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you've learned a little bit today about our city of Camas. I sure have, and I think there's some great things going on. Check out the lodge when it opens. Please come downtown for the hometown holidays. This is Just a Girl in Camas, Alicia King. Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.